Welcome to adilas. This tutorial is going to be covering the Receivables homepage. So in accounting, receivables are any money that's owed to you by any of your customers or potentially even vendors if they possibly owe you money back. Usually those are taken as credit. So for the most part, receivables are going to be where you invoice a client and you put that invoice on account or you post a partial payment to it, and what would happen is that then it would show up as a receivable. And the way that you would see your receivables is you would go under System Assets, so a receivable is an asset in accounting. Go down to your Receivables homepage. Once you're on your Receivables homepage, this report here is pulling all of the customers and individuals that owe money. And as you can see, we've got customers here that owe money. Here's the invoice totals. Well, first of all, here's the count of the invoices. So each one of these only have one invoice that's outstanding. These are the totals. The next column over here is the payments that have been made. And then here's the total that's now owed. And then whether they're current or over 60 or over 90. And this accounts receivable page is kind of nice in the fact that you have where you can get at the customer log here. You can apply payments here. You can look at payment history. Payment history is very interesting because that gives you the history, the complete history of that client. So if it's a client or a customer that you've sold or performed services for numerous years, you would see a complete listing of all the payments in one glance that they paid you. You also have statements where you can create a statement. So if you have a customer that has more than one invoice, or you can even do it for one invoice, but typically if you have more than one invoice, you may want to create a statement for that customer. Down below, of course, we have customers by individuals and customers by countersale. A countersale, of course, is someone who does not have, it's a ticket that does not have a name applied to it. And ideally, you should never really have a countersale that's receivable because we don't really know who to go get this money from or who to send a bill to. But this is the Receivables homepage. At the top of the Receivables homepage, I want to call your attention to, we have, of course, the search high criteria. This is where you can change the search types. Under the report type, you can go to invoices that are missing payments. It's going to give you a nice aged invoice report. Invoice payments not yet deposited. That's a link that's also available on the bank homepage that shows what payments have not been deposited. So in adilas, the flow is you create an invoice, you post payments to the invoice, and then you put the undeposited payments, which are these here, you create a deposit, which would be this report. This report is going to show you deposited payments, and you get an aging payment report and things of that nature. The other report that you can also get off of this, or the other report, is you can do outstanding, paid in full, or all activity. If you choose all activity, that's going to show all the invoices that have ever been created for all of your clients within that date range, and then also all of the paid ones that you have. So a lot of information can be gained there. The other link I want to call your attention to is the Advanced Receivable Search. And if you go to the Advanced Receivable Search, this too has a lot of criteria where you can drill down and limit by invoices, deposits. You can also go again, of course, to your report type, and you can pull down and select even money if you want to just see what money is owed. So once again, if I go back to the Receivables homepage, every time this Receivables homepage pulls, it shows you your total amount of invoices and your payments made and your total owing. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, it gives you the summary down here as well too, including your 30, 60, and your 90. And that's your Receivables homepage. And to recap that, if I go back to the home, main switchboard homepage, I can type in home here if I wish and click on, well, actually on this one here you would have to go to your invoice homepage, and then there's a link that would take you there. So you could go this way, but if you go under System Assets here to your Receivables homepage, this will take you again to all of the receivables, which, as we talked about, is who owes you money. And Thanks for choosing adilas.